You are listening to Phone Eats First. Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Phone Eats First, a podcast about romanticizing your life and finding inspiration inside and outside of the kitchen. This is Corey, and today we have Pryce Martin on the mic.
Hey, guys.
And Lake Cord in the car.
She's our studio audience.
We're going to be recording this in the car, so...
We're coming at you live from Beaufort, North Carolina.
So, sorry if the audio is not magnificent, but that's okay. We're going to get into the weekly report.
Okay.
Are you ready?
I think so.
Okay, Pryce, what are you reading or have read?
I just started a book this week. The movie coming out, It Ends With Us, with Blake Lively. I had to read the book because everyone else has read the book, so I'm reading that. I'm also listening to audiobooks. It's like weird and nerdy sounding. I'm listening to a book called Warhol, and it's really cool. It's about Andy Warhol and his life in New York, and I love it.
That's fun.
It's really good.
I just finished book 1 of A Court of Thorns and Roses, called A Court of Thorns and Roses, and it was fantastic, and I can't wait to get the second one.
Yeah, she was reading in the ocean.
Yeah.
We couldn't pull the book out of her hand.
It was so good. If anyone's debating reading it, read it. Okay, E, what are you eating?
So, what am I not eating? Okay, this is a little... Yeah, hell yeah. Banana bread. We had banana bread. I'm technically gluten-free and dairy-free, but this weekend I was not. We had...
Well, you're practicing incorporating it back into your diet.
Yeah.
And we helped you practice a lot.
Yeah, I'm a pro now. We had Steve grilled a lot. We had the best, beach grill out ever. We're eating a lot. I don't even know what
we didn't eat would be easier to say because it's nothing. And we're also recording this after our Memorial Day weekend in Beaufort, so all the boat food, the spreads, the dips, the sandwiches, the salads, the fruit, the burgers, the cupcakes.
Oh my gosh, the cupcake. I blacked out during that.
We had Lake's mom got Pryce. Where are they from? Happy Cakes in Morehead City.
They're all natural, perfect cupcakes.
Full of sugar and goodness and love.
But we massacred them. We
ate about 7-8 cupcakes in one night in about a 10-minute window. They were good. They were good. Okay, anyway, plan. What's going on in Pryce's plans?
So we're flying back to Atlanta today, and then I'm going to be there for 48 hours barely, and then we're flying back to North Carolina for our best friend's wedding. And we're all going to be there. All of our friends are going to be at another wedding again this month, and I cannot wait.
And
that's my plan.
You have a big day tomorrow.
Oh yeah, tomorrow's my birthday.
Turning the big 25.
Oh yeah. It is my favorite year ever. I can't wait. I love it. I cannot wait to be 25. It's my freshman year of my late 20s. 25 is so fun for everyone.
I've heard you say multiple times over the last few months, I love being 25. 25 is my best year yet.
It changes everything.
Yeah. No,
25 is so cool.
25 just feels right.
I think I'm going to treat every year for the rest of my life like that.
But then just wait till you're 26 and then 27 and it just keeps getting better.
Just cool.
Okay. Oh, obsession. Can be anything.
Oh, I didn't think this one through.
I honestly struggle the most with this one every week.
Okay, I know what it is. It's making my coffee at home. I got the Khalifa Farms coconut almond milk and the same brand, I think, caramel macchiato creamer. And you put a ton of ice, that cinnamon milk, and drink it outside. Wow.
Ooh.
Yeah, in the sun.
With your espresso
That's my
machine.
obsession.
Do you get special beans?
Right now we're getting Counterculture, I think.
Oh, yeah. I see those all over Whole
We found
Foods.
Blue Bottle in Atlanta one time, and I cannot remember where I bought it. But that was my obsession for a week when we had it.
Those are good. Love that one. Okay, do you have a recipe you would like to share with the team or you want to make at some point in your life?
I've
What do you have to say, Lake?
Really Do you want to jump in?
So many things I could say at all the points.
Honestly, banana bread. Like, I can't even, that's not even a joke right now. Banana bread. I want to get back into baking this summer.
Yeah,
I've been
baking is
making
so fun.
really good tacos. Like, getting, like, all the ingredients, even though, like, I'm one person using them. Like, cilantro.
I knew that was going to be the first word out of your mouth.
Like, so much cilantro.
My favorite recipe, cilantro.
With anything cilantro. Yeah, tacos. Summertime tacos.
Those are different than regular time tacos. Okay, lastly, T, what is something you've treated yourself with recently? 10,000 cupcakes.
Oh, wow. Every time we did something this weekend, we were like, but it's just a treat. Banana bread, cupcakes.
Flirting from home.
Did Lake say that? Did you think of that? Yeah, I'm spoiling myself. All weekend it was my birthday, so.
But it's not even your birthday yet, so the spoiling continues.
Nothing was off limits.
Love that. Okay. Let's get into the episode.
Okay, here we go.
Our little intermission. What are the intermission like?
What is it? La la la.
Transition. For those that don't know, today we have Pryce Martin on the podcast.
Hey guys.
She did record an episode with me, and it was a foursome podcast back in Austin. Not yet released.
Shy that day though.
She was being shy. She was on her air mattress across the room being so shy. But Pryce is probably my longest friend. How cute. We played soccer together when we were like
babies. Oh, actual
4?
babies, yeah. And then we played together when we were like 8 through
like middle school, high school.
Yeah.
And have just been besties ever since. College roomies. And now she lives in Atlanta because she hates everyone and doesn't want to be near anyone.
Yeah.
Just kidding,
shy.
just kidding. But no, Pryce is awesome, and she has an art account. And so today's episode is all about Pryce's side business, creative mind. She's an amazing artist, and so we're just going to touch on all things about her art journey and her business journey, and also how the hell she does it all, because she's also a corporate-ass girly. Do you want a milkshake?
Our studio audience is being disruptive right now.
So Pryce,
Mm-hmm.
who is Pryce Le Studio?
Yeah. Okay. I think it relates that you and I were studying abroad together during COVID.
Mm-hmm.
So we were having a grand time in Europe, and then COVID hit, and I was really sad when we were leaving. My parents we would just like FaceTime, and I would sit there crying, and they would pass around the phone and take turns. So, like, as dramatic as it sounds, it was like the most creative, like, mind-opening time that I've had in a while. Like, I painted when I was little, and then just stopped for high school and college because I got busy doing other things and just thought it was like a silly, time-consuming hobby. And now, or like after we got home, the pandemic, I think I pulled out like my mom's like Kindle or something. Like, it wasn't even an iPad, and I just started doodling on it because I was bored.
I remember that.
No, it wasn't. I don't even know what kind of tablet it was.
Because we made fun of you because it wasn't an iPad.
No, I was using like my finger, and I was doodling like because I was so bored and I wanted to just like still be creative. Like, I was going in art museums and traveling, and like there were cool people everywhere in Europe, and then I got home and I was confined to like,
which you were in Paris for important information.
that was like
Art everywhere.
Yeah. And so I got home and I was doodling, and then I had like a Instagram account when I was abroad because I just enjoy like taking pictures and like remembering things. So I was posting it on there so I didn't like overload anyone and everyone that doesn't actually care. And so I started posting little doodles on there, like strictly as a hobby. Like, I didn't really care if anyone saw it. It was just like an outlet. And then slowly, like, after like well, senior year was a joke, basically. We had so much free time to do whatever we wanted. And so I would still, like, do graphic design. I started on, like, Society 6 and the kind of, like, cheaper print, like, sticker websites, just, like, posting my stuff.
Which you did purchase an iPad by this point.
Yes.
So you had upgraded to real, no longer
Sorry,
finger,
guys, we're
fake
being
Kindle.
really transparent. It was, like, I don't know the word to use. Ratchet. It was, I'm exposing all the secrets. And I had an iPad at this point, and my Instagram was Caroline Pryce Creative, which it's no longer that, because at this point in time it was like a hobby and like silly, and I just like, I felt like I outgrew that. And I graduated. I'm an adult now.
Okay, but I'm gonna pause you because you're so just skipping over, like, you're being too humble right now. Like you've always been a painter and artist, but so in college you got into not even graphic design, like graphic virtual art.
Yeah.
I don't know what you would, is that what you call it?
Yeah, it's like digital art.
Digital art,
it's
that's the
like
word.
graphic, something in between graphic design and digital art.
And she started popping off because she was just being the creative Caroline Pryce that she is. And I think the Bev moment was like a pretty transformational moment in your career.
Yeah, it was like the first time that I was like, wow, like someone saw what I was doing.
Yeah, like a brand in something she drew was like, wait, we saw this, we like this, do something else for us. And then they paid her in wine all of college.
No. Yeah, it was like this little digital arts thing with like a bunch of different beers, and Bev, which was like the coolest company ever. Like I love the whole team. I interned there. They like wanted to reshare it, and the founder was so cool and like asked me to do something else for them because she just thought it was fun also. So that was like the first little phase of my art. It was like graphic design, digital art. Like some people would commission little like doodles of like their college houses or like sweet little sentimental things, but it was all digital at this point. And then my sister and I, should I get into the canvas stuff now?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. You just were like really grazing over, like you just made it sound like you and your finger just doodled.
Well, that's what I did.
I know that's what you did.
That's what we did.
It was casual, but you started like kind of popping off more.
Yeah, I really cared about doing it, but I never considered it like something that I would pursue and like put time into. And then at this point, it was like a little hobby over the summer when I still wasn't working yet. But my sister is very artistically talented. She does like murals, and she's like studied that in school. And we decided one day we wanted to like paint like a gift for our mom. And so we were at the lake and we were just like talking about all of our memories there and like the songs my mom likes and the things she loves. And we were like, what if she would love it if we like put all this on a canvas? It could be like cluttered and chaotic, and all of it doesn't go together at all. But we were like, what if we just made it look good? And we put it all together, and she would probably cry over it. So we just like made a playlist, like listened to her music, wrote down the things she likes, and like painted that. And then someone that I don't know, which like shout out to these people, like Jane, if you're out there listening, like she was like, could you paint me something like this? And I was like, wait, what? Sure. But that's how it first started. I did one canvas in like 2021 for a stranger, and I was like, that was fun. And it was like a little hobby, and I was like, this is so cool. It was like the first time it was like some things that don't really go together, but I was like, oh, this is cool, we can make it go together.
Yeah. And then what? Because now you are.
And then I did that as a little hobby. I shipped them to people around the US, and then it was still a hobby. And then this year in January I was like, you know what, I'm 25 almost.
6 months away from 25, but I'm 25.
And I love being 25. And I want to be like, I want to take it like a little more seriously. Like it's still just been like so fun, like as a hobby, a creative outlet, because my corporate job is like the total opposite. I work a consulting firm with like Excel spreadsheets all day from like literally a lot of hours of the day. And so this has been fun to have like something else that like I feel like purpose in my 20s, just like something time consuming and creative and like that I can like build towards instead of just like climbing the corporate ladder. I love it's kind of a 9 to 5. It's like a lot of weird hours. But I love my corporate job, and then I just wanted like something else as a hobby on the side.
You wanted something else to like put your time and attention to that's not an Excel sheet.
Yeah.
That's fair. I don't think you can be fired for saying that.
Yeah. No. I love my coworkers. I love my job.
Yeah. And so now you're still doing the same. Your style of art is people are sending submissions of pieces of their life and things that make them and happy, and you're putting it together in a chaos,
Yeah.
organized chaos, beautiful
Organized
masterpiece.
chaos, yeah. So that's what I'm doing with my artistic style currently. I don't know if I'll do that forever, but right now it's really cool because a lot of the commission requests are the same. Like everyone kind of likes the same things, but people just want like their unique spin on it. So right now they'll tell me their favorite places they live or like songs, memories, and then we'll chit chat. They'll send me photos, and then I'll put it all in a canvas that's like simple but a little chaotic. Someone's told me recently it's chaotic, and I think that's really funny.
Yeah. Because if someone doesn't understand why someone has a cowboy boot, but also a bikini, but also like a margarita, then
yeah, it's organized chaos.
Yeah, but in a good way.
Contemporary, clean, artistic chaos.
And so now you've gone from your little Kindle finger doodles to an inbox of 100 plus commission requests.
Yeah, that's where we're at right now. I'm trying to be like, I want it to feel like serious. Like from the outside, I'm an organized brand artist that's like, I want to take myself more seriously. I think that's the gist of it. So yeah, I rebranded, changed my name.
Have an LLC.
Yeah, did that for legal, financial reasons, and that's where we are. It's still a hobby. It's still just like a fun little creative outlet.
What's your earliest memory of creating art?
My mom would always, we had this little picnic table, like child picnic table in our kitchen that she would just put my sister and I at during the day while she was doing her things in the house. And we had like stacks and stacks of these little like they were drawing books, but it was like a step-by-step, like if you were trying to draw like a cat, it would like show you the circle for the head and then the ears. So it was like teaching you how to draw. Like we did that all day, every day. We have all these canvases in our house where it's like my mom would draw it and like we would paint like a few things on it and then she would sign our names. So we have these like canvases around our house that are like, a 5-year-old did that? Like what? But that's what we did with our mom like a lot. She loves to paint, and so just kind of always been a thing we did.
I know you have a very special painting of a cat somewhere in your house.
Yeah, it's that lion looking thing. Yeah.
How would you say you found your creative style? Was it trial and error, or have you always kind of just had...
It's like a combo of like, I just wanted to make a style of art that like I couldn't find anywhere. Not that I would want to use my own, but like kind of like neutral and subtle and natural textured and pretty, but like also included the things, kind of the modern pop culture-y things that people like in like a aesthetic way, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Some people are doing it, but they're doing it with like a lot of neon colors and hearts and stars and like kind of things like that, and I think it's like it's really reaching the crowds that love that, but I was like, there has to be this like more muted version of that, so I think that's where it started.
Yeah, yours is a lot more gentle, and
yeah,
you're not that did cross my mind. Your art is shy, Pryce. Like when you look at it, you're not like, oh my god, I need to take all this in. You're like, wait, you keep finding things in the art to look at.
Yeah,
but you
I
have to
wanted
seek
it
it
to
out.
like. I really like abstract art, like the kind of canvases where people would be like, "What is that?
Yeah.
Why would you pay for that?" It's like a line on a canvas, but I really like really minimal, contemporary, modern, like neutral abstract stuff, and so it's like a combo of that kind of.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
Thanks.
What's one of your favorite pieces you've done, either commission or just for fun, if you have one?
The après ski surf ones. That's the one that really resonates with the most people and myself.
Plug it. Where can people buy it?
On Pryce Le Studio. I've also never said, I never say it out loud, like the whole Pryce Le Studio thing. But if you say like the French "the" in combo with like studio, like it's supposed to be, like kind of blurred together, and then put price in front of it, it sounds like you're saying priceless, like priceless. Pryce Le Studio. So that's why I did it too, but I've never said it out loud.
I didn't know that. Now we know that, some insider information. And so how would you describe your online community? Because your business is it 100% through Instagram, or do you have a website?
I have a website, but like it's all through Instagram. Like I don't think people would find the website
Yeah.
on their own.
And you're growing quite the following. Not like too crazy, but like you have a couple thousand followers. So how would you describe your community? And also every time you post art, I mean, I comment, I think every time, but other people are like, oh my God. So is it a connected community? How do you feel from it all?
I just get really excited because I feel like it's like all my friends, because I get to know these people who are like commissioning it. I try to follow people back like when I see the follow, like a new follow. It just feels like I'm meeting a bunch of friends through it, which is cool, in like a lot of different cities and states. And yeah, I get really excited, and the thrill of like making a new one and like sharing it, or like someone being like, oh, I love it. It never really like wears off. I get really giddy every time.
That's fun. What is something you're excited for coming up with your art?
Well, I'm making a big move to New York, so I'm really, really excited about that. There's so many, like, I've already started to kind of like meet people that are in New York in the like creative scene through Instagram.
I feel like so many of your recent commissions have been New York related.
Yeah, there's a lot of people in New York right now that or they've lived in New York that have seen the New York things. But I'm excited for the fall to like get there. I just want to have access to like art museums and like people and events and like lots of little exciting things coming up.
And what are your future goals with your art in general? Like, I know obviously it's going to be a learning curve when you get to New York, but what would be your ideal kind of path, let's say in the next 3 years?
I want to get into like my own pieces that are like my own, like something I want to tell and not what other people want to put together, if that makes sense, like commission only. So like publicly available works, exhibitions. So like my dream, it would be so fun to have like a studio space with like gallery, like either my stuff or have other small artists come, like bring everything together, and like a music space and like a dinner party space, like kind of have all of that together somewhere. And maybe I like always thought about getting into like other mediums too. My corporate life is kind of like we're working on apparel and textiles and things like that, so I think it'd be really cool to get into that eventually, like the same creative art style, but more so wearables in like a high quality way.
Yeah.
So that could be fun, but that's like a long time from now. In the summertime, and then the next year or two, I just want to have like my own pieces and my own story to tell, but I don't know what that is yet.
Do you ever see yourself pursuing art full time?
Yeah, with a lot of variables, but like way down the line.
Yeah. Okay. Thanks for sharing your creative side. Now we're going to get into how the hell do you have time for this? So this is something you and I, when we were like planning this episode, you and I talked about how you've reframed your 9 to 5 to have the 5 to 9 life you want. And so with everything online being about hustle culture, making your life look perfect and making it look like you use and maximize every single second of your day. We'll just start with, how would you first define productivity?
Yeah, we've all seen the corporate girl 9 to 5, and they're like taking their time to like look very like, it's like the perception of productivity, like the it girl, or what is it called? That girl?
The
girl.
It girl? That
It's
girl?
That
I think
girl.
it's
That girl. The girl. Sorry, guys. Someone tell us what it is.
But now that you like ask, I don't know.
That girl.
I think it's the it.
No, it's the that girl aesthetic.
That. Okay.
Okay, this is why we shouldn't dabble in like pop culture. But like the perception.
Okay, you guys know what we're talking about.
Like the look of like being all put together and like
The
hustling
perfect morning
all
routine.
the time. Yeah, I think it's like I've started to try to find to like be intuitive. Like if I need to sleep, I'm gonna sleep. If I need to go get a drink with my friends, I'm putting everything down and I'm going to dinner, spending time with my friends, or flying to the beach that next week. Like just having time for like the things that I need, which like for everyone else that looks different. Like for my managers at work, they will be out of pocket from 4:45 to 6:30 p.m. and like if we all need to get back on from like 7 to 10 to whatever time we're up until, like that's fine, because our life outside of work and whatever we're doing is like intuitive, and you're making time for people and things that like you need and make you happy. So it's like balancing. We have like a 6 or 8:30 to 6 technically, but like I'll take time if I need to like go out on a run because it's nice outside. Like I'll pull away and come back. So like learning to balance time with everything else.
With all of your needs.
Yeah.
So when do you find time currently in your day to do art? Or what do you try to do?
It's different every day and every week, because I'm trying to like feel out what I need. I've tried to like for this year just commit to like an hour a day doing something creative, which I'm also trying to commit to like an hour almost like 3 times a week working out. So like it changes every day for that perspective. But like I recently started getting up at like 6 a.m. and like I'll make breakfast, paint, like get ready for work slowly, and then go to work at like 8:30. That's not sustainable. So I do that like if I feel like good that day, and then some nights I'll do it from like I get off technically at 6, but like I'll paint for like an hour at night before I cook, or like sometimes I stay up from like 11 to 12 p.m. I'm a night owl, so like a lot of it gets done then, and then I'll still get up for work pretty early. But that's like kind of how I balance it right now. And then the weekends, obviously, like that's my time, like a Sunday, Saturday morning.
Is it like an all weekend thing, or
no? It's like me and my roommates running around our house like getting ready to go somewhere, and I'll like sit downstairs for like an hour or 2 in the morning, but they're like bringing me mimosas and like whatever we're doing. So that's like kind of how I'm balancing right now. But it feels like my life is balanced, because like I have my work time, I have my family time, I have my friend time, I have my paint time. I don't know what else I do. I eat.
You don't drink water, that's for sure.
No, I try.
So if you're trying to commit an hour a day, on the days where you aren't feeling creative, aren't feeling inspired, or maybe you're frustrated with the commission, how do you kind of tackle that?
I get a poppy out of the fridge. That's like, I have these little routines that like help. So it's like the little things like that. Like painting is hard. Like if you hate it and like you want to throw it out the window and like it looks really bad, you have to fix it. You're just staring at it like, I hate this, it's never gonna get better. You have to like sit there and show up. So that's what I mean by like an hour a day. Even if I'm like looking at 5 of them and I'm like, all of these suck, like I don't know which one I want to do right now. Just like fighting through that little moment of, this is awful, what am I doing here, I suck. And then somehow it like gets better.
Somehow. I think that's why I gave up on my artistry.
I wish we could like include a little photo of the one you made for me. I was obsessed with it.
No, but that's the epitome of what you're talking about, because it was during COVID and I was like really bored one day and I was like, you know what, I'm gonna get out, because I used to paint. I'm not like, was never good like you, but I mean I could definitely do some like kind of pretty abstract, colorful combinations of things. I could never paint people. Yet I tried.
Yes, you could.
But my mom is like an incredible artist, and so I've just like, I grew up around paint, and then like you were always into painting, so I was like always inspired, but I also like always compared myself, and I was like, I'll let Pryce be the good artist. I'll just kind of dabble.
No, I loved it so much.
So one day during COVID, I was just like, okay, whatever, I'm gonna just literally throw some stuff on a canvas. And like I said 2 seconds ago, I don't know how to paint people, and I'm also like, I don't like the whole layering thing, which is like literally how painting works. But I was like, I'm just gonna throw some shit on a canvas, and it looked like shit.
But it was like our favorite study abroad photo, and it was so sweet, and I loved it.
I need to find a picture of the canvas, because it is. I like told Pryce, I was like, you have to see this in person. It was.
I loved it
it's
so
horrible.
much.
It's horrible.
But like painting builds character, and it's so mindless and therapeutic. Like I have to plug, everyone should just like have it as a hobby. Like my roommates have recently got into it. Like they'll both paint, or like one of my roommates will like go to the store and get different craft supplies, and we'll all like, I'll bring my stuff, like as chaotic as it is, into the living room, and we'll like watch TV and paint. But I think everyone should do it. As like frustrating as it can be, it's like such a good like mind release to have in your day.
Yeah, and like for me, that would be my Corey in the Kitchen podcast world. So like, even if it's not a painting creative outlet, just having something that you enjoy, like over here, pickleball every day after work, literally every day, which I love a physical activity as well, but I like having a solo activity. Your brain turns off and you just get to like enjoy yourself.
Mm-hmm. Especially after like if you have some sort of 9 to 5.
Yeah. Okay, and then I want to touch on the like business side and side hustle of all of this. So what made you decide to get an LLC for Pryce Le Studio?
The main reason is the LLC like separates you as a person from the business and your assets as well. Like tax is different, like the way you file, which I'm filing my taxes if the IRS is listening. But
maybe.
Yeah. But the like legal part of it too is really important to me, just because like art is like who's the best at copying things. Like you're always finding inspiration from other things and like changing it a little bit. Like some of the best artists are literally Warhol put a can of soup on a canvas, and like you could be sued any day for like what you put on a canvas if you don't use it right. So I am like using a lot of things that in theory right now I don't think anyone's gonna come after me, and like I do look up trademarks and try my best to not copy anything that shouldn't be copied on canvas commercially, and like I don't make prints of things that I shouldn't commercially be selling. But that's the legal side of it.
Honestly, that makes a lot of sense. I thought it was just because you were like, I thought you just did it for the whole money aspect of
no,
like,
it makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
Like the way the things you do with it, but the legal side too.
Because you have like a lot of like blurred boundaries of.
Yeah, and it's like you can put certain things on, like it's what it's registered as a trademark, but like I also as an artist it feels icky to copy and commercially sell stuff that I shouldn't. So like it's just always like looking up and like very carefully treading on those lines, because like I've had people screenshot my work and try to resell it, and it just doesn't feel good.
So in that instance, like you could protect your own art by like technically, I mean maybe not suing, but like
I would have to trade. It's technically copyrighted as soon as you make it. I actually, someone can tell me if that's false, but it's copyrighted but not trademarked. Like, you could purchase a trademark. I don't have like any protection against that, but it's just so no one comes after me for like putting their Matchbox on a canvas.
Okay.
Which, like, I don't know. A restaurant could, but
What about song lyrics?
that I need to research a little more. Candidly.
We'll put a pin in it.
Yeah. Because I don't know. I feel just like as an artist, you don't want to be copied. It feels gross, and I don't want to copy other people. But, like, I don't know. If I knew how to monetize it for them, I would. But, like, it's almost like publicity for songs.
Yeah.
So, like, I don't know.
And you're not...
I want someone to tell me and educate me if it's incorrect to do it. I wish I knew. I try to learn, but, like, we'll put a pin in that one.
Yeah. Do you have any advice for anyone hoping to start, specifically an LLC? Because I feel like that's very intimidating. Like, personally, I'm like, oh, I should probably have one at some point soon, especially because I'm, like, producing podcasts. Like, I'm putting something out in the world that could become an issue, either against me or for me.
Mm-hmm.
So, I don't know, just any advice for starting an LLC, or, like, choosing to make your business official, and then also just, you set the intention for yourself to put an hour towards your business, which I know you don't even probably think of it as a business, but, like, at the end of the day, it is.
Yeah. I think it's like, don't devalue yourself and what you can do, and always, this is what Billy said this weekend, but always ask. Like, you never know. You're never gonna know if you don't just, like, ask for it or reach out and, like, take a risk. Like, what is the harm that's gonna happen? So, like, those two things. But yeah, with art, like, you kind of always feel like you're, like, I did not go to art school. I would love to. That would be so fun, but, like, I don't know. An MFA is expensive. So, like, devaluing and feeling like you're not a real, like, you're not serious as everyone else because you're not in a gallery, or you're not, like, even when it was a hobby for me, I was like, oh, no one's gonna see this, no one really cares. Just learning how to, like, price things correctly and, like, valuing yourself, and, like, honestly reaching out to other artists and, like, asking. I've just like DM'd strangers, and now we're, like, friends now, but just, like, asking instead of doing it on your own.
Like, asking for advice from other artists.
Advice. You kind of, like, it's kind of like an interesting world. There's a lot of things. Everyone kind of looks out for each other because everyone was in each other's shoes at one point, where you're intimidated and feel like you're an outsider and you don't know what you're doing. Like, people are really helpful and connect really quickly because of it. So, I don't know. You just learn really a lot faster by asking people and learning it that way. And then I just made it serious as business because, like, the financial, legal side of it. And I'm, like, really scared of the IRS. I watched too many shows. Like, I don't know. In the Dark. Did I ever make you watch that when he's coming after her?
Yes.
Like, the IRS just really scares me. So, like, I promise I'm doing things correctly.
I know that's good advice, though. Like, don't be, to summarize what you said, one, value yourself. Like, no, don't sell yourself short. Like, I'm definitely doing that right now with this podcast and whatever. I need to not do that. But know your worth, and also, like, don't be afraid to ask, because, like, the worst that's gonna happen is what, someone doesn't respond.
Yeah.
Like has anyone
ever kind of just, like, fake it till you make it is, like, I have a lot of fun with that. Like, if you take yourself seriously and have the confidence and, like, look like you're being serious, then, like, people will start to take you seriously.
Yeah. I like that. Anything else you want to share? Any other inspiration for the people?
I have a lot of exciting commissions coming up that I need to finish. And they will be finished before I move to New York, because logistically that would be a nightmare. So I promise they're coming. But I'm going to try to make, like, a collection within the next month or two in between all of our trips. So be on the lookout for that. I'm, like, really excited about it, but I just, like, want to try to branch out from just doing commission only and have things available. So a little summer studio series hopefully will be coming soon.
And where can everyone find you?
It's Pryce _ I think it's Yeah, Pryce ___ Le Studio.
And Pryce, Pryce.
Yeah,
Not
with a Y, not an I.
_
There are 3. I thought it looked fun.
But now you're like, shit, that's kind of
Yeah.
hard to say
No,
out loud.
You can figure it out. It's just Pryce Le Studio.
Yeah. Well, thank you for coming on.
Corey. This was so fun.
You'll be back on another topic once you're in New York and doing art full time, because you post your summer launch and everyone's like, oh my god, I need a Pryce original.
Hope so.
Okay, well, thank you for coming on the podcast.
Thanks, guys. Yay!
Yeah.
Our first live audience. Well, thank you everyone for listening to today's episode. Leave a rating and review. Follow Pryce at Pryce _ _ Le Studio.
Sorry, guys.
Corey in the kitchen and Bonnie's first pod. And
Leghorn?
and yeah, you have an underscore in there, right?
Yeah, somewhere.
Oh my gosh, can I say something else?
Yes, please.
This weekend, someone in the wild was like, oh my gosh, you have a podcast. That was so fun. It's like the little moments like that.
Yeah.
That are like, wait, okay.
She said, you're the podcast girl.
Yeah.
One of your mom's, the people you guys share a condo with.
Oh, Jennifer.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Like she
they
was like,
knew
wait,
you in
she
the
was like, oh,
wild.
Pryce. And then she was like, I said, oh, I'm like, literally shook her hand, said, I'm Corey. And she said, the podcast. And
That's
I said,
awesome.
yeah. No, it was
That
a
made me
really cool
smile
moment.
so big.
Yeah, because that's the first time that's ever happened to me. And I mean, even if it was just like your family friend, but still.
No,
Like,
and it is like the little things like that. Like I've had someone, actually the first time, it's those moments.
Yeah.
Someone in my office that follows me. I love her so much. Like she's so cool, but she like in our office was like, what are you doing here? You need to quit. You need to quit. You need to do that full time. Like get out of here. As a joke, but like it's
But
the
not.
first time you hear those things that you're like,
she wasn't joking.
she's like, get out of here. I love her so much. I don't know if she would hear this.
Yeah.
But
No, I mean, my coworkers are my biggest hype fans, like literally. Like every time it's like, oh, Corey in the kitchen. Or like they love my unaesthetic shit stuff on my Instagram, and so they'll send me their own submissions. Like this weekend, Marshall sent me a picture of a half-eaten pizza because he was like, couldn't find a pizza cutter, so just like picking up an entire piece of pizza. I don't know. It's just fun. And it's nice to know that there's people on your side and really
that's
supporting
what you. Have to know.
Like
my
just-
friends are the best.
Yeah.
Y'all have been the best since I was like being stupid on my little Kindle.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you everyone for listening. We will talk soon.
Bye.
You are listening to Phone Eats First.